Hi lads and lasses, Modest Pelican here with the Battlefield 5 experience in 2019 from a dodgy Australian's perspective. If you enjoy this content, please go down to your local sports field and spell out Modest Pelican Gaming with petrol and then light it on fire, as this really helps spread the good word of my channel. One day a bunch of people will actually do the things I say and I will be taken to court and the judge will say, "Hey Pelican, was that just a joke, or do you really want people to spread the good word of your channel in such malicious and horrible ways?" And I'll say, "Your Honor, this is no joke. Burn the motherfucking sports fields." So the night is ripe for slaying some noobs, so I message my boy Stealtho Simo and ask if he wants to play some Firestorm Battle Royale. He says, "Heck yeah, big fella," and so we party up and search for a game. It's taking a while to find a game, so I decide I will customize my character a little bit. I choose Peter. Look how sad Peter looks. He looks like he just received a letter from his wife saying that she's pregnant, but then remembered that he's been away at war for the last 2 years busy quickscoping Nazis, and that means that some geezer from back home has been busy quickscoping his wife's vagina. Anyway, I decide to pick this helmet to cover up Peter's depressed face. I also buy him a new aviator jacket, and finally I buy him these pants that look like they have been tucked into a pair of long white socks. This, Peter, this is why your wife is sleeping with other men. So 8 minutes of searching later, and Battlefield 5 just gives up on finding us a game. Firestorm is genuinely really fun, but I literally can't play it anymore because I can't find a game. Not to worry though, I luckily have one game saved on my hard drive from a few weeks ago, so let's fire it up. So we start in the pre-game lobby, which is basically just a big warehouse, and I immediately know what I have to do. I quickly find a gun and some ammunition, and head to a section of blank wall which will act as my canvas. Using my gun as the paintbrush, I channel my inner inspired artistic energy and proceed to paint a penis with my bullets. Even weeks ago when this gameplay was recorded, hardly anyone was bloody playing Firestorm anymore in Australia, so I had time to put my Picasso hat on again and draw yet another penis. It's all about finding that silver lining, you know, and sometimes that silver lining is penile bullet art. Eventually the game starts with 44 players as opposed to the normal 64, whatever though, I'm just happy to have found a game. We fly over the island and get ready to parachute down. Everyone knows that if you don't jump immediately, then you're a dinky scared little virgin. And as we are most definitely not dinky scared little virgins, we abort the plane trip early like it was a non-Christian pregnancy. Anyway, the squad for this game is Stealtho Mato, Stealtho Robbo, and Crosby. Our team is kind of like the Avengers, except instead of having unique superpowers and exciting abilities, we all just fap 7 times a day and drink too much on weekends. Just kidding, we drink too much on weekdays too. As we approach the town, I call out to my teammates that some enemies are landing with us, but moments later it turns out the enemies I thought I had seen were just birds. I decide not to tell them I made a mistake, as it's probably better that they stay alert. I call it manipulative management. So we raid the buildings and get some guns. I also find a cricket bat with some chain wrapped around it, perfect for grievously shattering enemies' skulls and also for backyard cricket. As the firestorm advances, we push inland towards the snow biome of the map. We find some enemies and I do my best to hit a quickscope so dirty it would make fellow YouTuber Fabian Chills take a shower, but I miss and so instead pull out an automatic weapon to finish the job. Hardly the cleanest kill, but I decide I better finish him off in case he calls out our location to his teammates or uses his pistol to damage us. His friend tries to get some revenge on us, but this time I land my quickscope and then spray him down for the squad wipe. Now that we have all of their loot, it's time to go and earn the epic bruh moment win. We've barely finished celebrating our first successful encounter when we spot some green smoke close by. Either someone is vaping the new peppermint green smoke e-cig flavor or a supply drop is inbound. Either way, it's time to dance. Violently dance. The lads start engaging in a firefight, and I spot one in the trees and manage to down him with a headshot. I exchange blows with his teammate, but am forced to retreat. Luckily, I have a lot of dynamite on me and manage to take him down to low health. Stealtho Robbo then finishes the kill. Some would say he stole my kill. What a dick move, I'm trying to make content here. I finish the downed player and then realize it was actually a friend of mine from the DWE platoon. Sorry bruh, but you would have done the same to me. In fact, you have done the same to me. So assuming the first guy I downed has been revived by now, there's still 3 players left in this squad. I pull out my sniper and manage to land a couple of shots, weakening them. They do some damage back to me, but luckily I have some needles in my pocket. It's basically just a mixture of water, heroin, Panadol, and vanilla Coke all mixed together with a modest sprinkling of chili flakes. Inspired by Sassy the Sasquatch, and it's great for healing in battle or recreation use. With the firestorm blazing in, we decide it's time to finish the job. I run a quick flank and sneakily down one of the opponents, but am then forced to flee or risk being char-grilled. I didn't realize until afterwards, but Crosby called in a V1 rocket, killing the last player and finishing the 2 guys Stealtho and I had downed. In Fortnite, you can get a boogie bomb, which makes your enemies and teammates dance and also die a little bit on the inside, and in Firestorm, you get basically a mini nuke. I love it. Low on supplies, I search a house for some more heroin and stuff, and an enemy surprises me. I unload half a clip, but he slips out the back door and runs a lap of the house before Crosby guns him down, proceeding to steal my kill again and ruin the video. I'm just kidding, my mates and I laugh at how people get annoyed when they say you stole their kill. Like, how can you steal someone's kill? It's survival of the fittest, and we are all just out here shooting enemies. Like, every time a gunfight happens, am I expected to do a quick situational analysis of who's shooting who and ensure I don't fire upon an enemy if it is highly probable that one of my teammates is also about to fire upon them? Get f***ed, mate. Anyway, we are down to the business end of the match. An enemy squad tries to flank us, but we counter push, which surprises them, and we manage to get the squad wipe. With 11 players left alive and the odds of us actually finding another game of Firestorm tonight almost 0, the pressure is on to get the win so I can upload epic content to my epic YouTube channel of epic gaming moments. I know exactly what we need, a vehicle, and so I pull out my vehicle flare gun I forgot I had until just now and proceed to call one in. I am hoping for perhaps a lightly armored jeep or a tank. I don't know if you can get tanks from these, but that would be absolutely legendary, but really any vehicle that will give us an advantage would be great. But then a Mercedes-Benz sports car falls from the sky, which is completely useless in this situation. It's like expecting a hands job, but instead being punched in the groin. With the circle now tiny, it's anyone's game. Stealtho and I eliminate an unaware enemy hiding in the river, but then my house starts exploding and I drop to virtually no health. Players are dropping like flies, and I decide, what the hell, it's time to go balls deep, and so I push out to hunt down the final enemies. The lads and I majestically run towards the fire and gun down the last few enemies to win the game. And this isn't just a win for us. This is also a win for depressed Peter. Also, the fact that it says you came first when you win a game is honestly still a pretty low blow by the developers. Did you know that 1 in 3 men suffer from premature ejaculations at some point in their life and have to have that thrown in their face every time they win a game of Firestorm? It's quite frankly disgusting. Like, I don't personally suffer from it. When I have sex, I last like 72 hours, but it must be hard for the guys that do. See, I would have loved to have played all night and recorded a game of me getting like 10 or more kills or something for you legends to enjoy, but I literally can't find any servers anymore in Australia. So Simo and I decided to check out the new Conquest Grind game mode, and while some of the clips play from my session, I wanted to talk about the state of Battlefield 5 for a moment. I firstly want to say that I think Battlefield 5 is a good game, but it has and has had a lot of problems. games. I think in today's video game culture, it feels like people either need to say a game is amazing and that it gives them a massive erection and is a 10 out of 10 work of art, or they need to say it is the worst game ever and they hate it. I think Battlefield 5 falls somewhere in the middle, so when you compare it to other Battlefield games that are generally superb, of course that makes it look really bad. Still though, it's honestly got a lot to love about it, and with the proper post-launch support, I think the game could be something special. Unfortunately though, it seems that it isn't going to get that much needed post-launch support. Like we might be getting one map soon or something, but to be frank, if they want people to keep playing the game constantly, they simply have to offer more. This is also somewhat of a personal annoyance, though I know others have said the same thing, but I just hate not being able to see enemies. Like if some Sweatlord Pro MLG 420 gamer kills me because he is a better player than I am, then that's fine. He's a virgin that probably lives in his mother's basement, but that's fine. But I am constantly being killed by people I cannot see, and they are often only a few meters away from me, lying down in some shadows or in some rubble, camping their little dicks off, and it drives me insane. Still though, all this being said, Battlefield 5 is still Battlefield. There is really no other game out there that offers the mass war, destructible environments, vehicles, and infantry gameplay that this series does. Like, I've spent hours and hours playing Conquest on Battlefield 5 and having a jolly good time, but I'm losing that urge to come back pretty fast. I would probably be playing Firestorm all the time, but I simply can't find games, which also sucks. Maybe it's time one of those big old EA executives who are earning tens of millions of dollars takes a slight pay cut so that a few more developers can be hired to come and make some goddamn maps for Battlefield 5. Anyway, I think the franchise will be fine long term, and I am really looking forward to Battlefield 6 or Bad Company 3 or whatever they release next. I don't think we'll see many new maps or guns for Battlefield 5, maybe a couple here and there, but it's pretty obvious they've given up on it. It sounds kind of brutal, but I mean, whatever, it's true. It's still a fun game though, it just would have been nice to see some more support. Anyway, thanks for watching, you absolute legends, and a huge thanks to my patrons. Until next time, and as always, stay classy.